Man, I purchased this such a long time ago, but it finally came. It finally came. In Search of Darkness Part 2. So I've never seen Part 1. I actually missed out on the original Blu-ray release of it. So when I purchased this set, I actually got the version that includes the first movie on Blu-ray. So very excited to give this a watch. They've done a couple of these documentaries now where they're based on one genre from a time period, and they just kind of, it's a talking heads documentary. I don't really know what to expect with it, but I love just watching people talk about movies, and a lot of these I recognize just from the cover, but I'm sure there'll be some other things that they dig into. I've actually watched some of the second one already, and they're certainly digging into films that I've never even I've heard of, but very loosely here and there, not talked about nearly to the level that this documentary does. I mean, they have a lot of time to talk because I believe this is something like a 4-hour film. Yes, 260 minutes. And I believe the sequel is very similar. 270 minutes. This is actually a really good cover, and I didn't expect there to be a slipcover of some kind. It's actually more like a case. No, it is a slipcover because it actually slides in here, and the reason I'm trying to get it out one-handed is because I actually got the Cinemassacre edition of the film. And honestly, this is kind of the main reason I ended up getting it. Was I saw it get posted on the Twitter page, and I was interested in seeing the first film, but I missed out on the Blu-ray release, and I kind of forgot about it for the most part. But then I saw this set being promoted online. I was like, oh, that would be really cool to get. A lot of YouTubers, and I think Elvira even got one. They got exclusive collector's editions that all come with specific special features for that person. And it also comes with exclusive art. So there's actually several different collector's editions out there. You just kind of got to go find them. I think I'm trying to think of the other names who got them. I'm not going to get it right. So, point is, it might be too late to get your hands on these, because I think there was only a certain amount of time where you could buy these, but, super cool. Big Cinemassacre fan, obviously. A lot of people already know that. And, I did watch the special feature that came with this, because they actually released them digitally as well. So you got all this, the digital release. You got this cool pin, which I didn't even know this was coming with it. I believe there's also going to be a future Q&A with James himself, so we'll see when that happens. And you also, I think you get your name in the credits for whatever I paid, which I'm not really expecting it. I just wanted the Blu-rays, honestly, and I just thought it was such a cool idea. But you also get these posters. But if I end up having a name in the credits, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But it's not anything I'm worried about, nothing I'm expecting. And if we give this a look, here we go. Oh, man. That is so cool. I don't know. I might have to get something in here so maybe I can hang up posters in the background, just for some of the videos, not to put up permanently, but just to hang some posters in the videos when I sit here. I usually sit somewhere right here. I could hang some posters there, and one of these would be real cool. So you got that poster, but you also get this other poster, which is this isn't the cover art for because when you look at this cover art, this is what it looks like here, but there's actually another cover art. Actually, now that I'm realizing, there's more posters in here. I did not even know that. I'm fine. See, apparently I didn't know what I was fully buying into. So that was actually my favorite version of the poster. All these iconic films. Honestly, I love that they got a little kid watching the TV, obviously late at night. Got the little Nintendo right there as well. But, that's how a lot of people, when they talk about their experience with these movies in the 80s, that's how a lot of people found out about them when they were kids. Way too young to probably be watching a lot of these. But such a cool memory to have. And then That's the original cover art, but they also have this one. I don't think I've ever seen this one. This might have been an exclusive one that comes only if you order this set or pre-order at a certain time. Because they got, look at that, they got it's the posters within the poster. Yeah, this one's pretty cool too. And then, of course, I think there's only, I'm like trying to count how many are left, because I didn't even know there were this many posters. What the heck's going on? But yeah, this is just the cover art for the Blu-ray itself, which I believe is the cover you get if you don't get a collector's edition. But in this case, it's just a slipcover of mine, and inside is, I'm going to put some of these on the floor. I know it's going to be blasphemous, I'm throwing posters around, but they're very absorbent with the fall, promise. It's like a trampoline. But if you get the collector's edition, that's how you get this exclusive artwork and exclusive special feature on the inside as well. And it even comes with Spanish subtitles. That's real cool. For being like a little, I call it little, but there's actually a lot of people involved in this, but it is an indie production. I'm excited to finally give the first one a watch. I mean, it's going to probably take me multiple days to even give these a watch. It's not going to be one sitting for sure, especially when there's just so many hours of content. But so excited to finally give all this stuff a watch. I don't think I missed anything, except there was also this promo, which if I go on the inside, also, there is real cool disc art as well. They got this little promo here for In Search of Tomorrow, which is going to be like the equivalent of this documentary, except it's going to have everything to do with 80s sci-fi. So that's something I definitely, if I enjoy these a lot, which I expect I will, I'll definitely want to do the 80s sci-fi one, which may even be more up my alley. I love horror movies, but I think 80s sci-fi would be something I'm even more interested in. And yeah, so this is In Search of Darkness, and I believe the same creators are doing the other one as well, which is titled In Search of Tomorrow, which I think there is a Kickstarter for right now. But there was also another one Oliver Harper did, which I still haven't seen, but I love his videos on YouTube, and he did something called In Search of the Last Action Hero, which is all about action movies from the 80s. So I don't know if those had, if that film has any connection to these ones, but all I do know is that, a lot of people are doing these bigger documentaries. I mean, they did them back in the day. I call it back in the day, but it was only like maybe 10 years ago. But already that's becoming back in the day. But they did Crystal Lake Memories, I think, was the one about Friday the 13th. And then they did another one called Never Sleep Again, which was all about the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, which I believe also was a 4-hour documentary. So a lot of time is devoted to these documentaries where it's just basically fans digging into how much they love them and all the little details that you might have missed. And what's real neat about these two is that they're definitely going to dig into things that you maybe haven't heard a lot about, but if people have seen them, that's probably going to be your best opportunity to learn about those films and some different things that they pulled off with them. Because we always have like the bigger ones that they even have on the cover to talk about. But there's definitely some more obscure stuff that if someone remembers it, they're like, hey, let's talk about that for a moment. And, I mean, cause like on the James Rolfe, exclusive mini documentary, he was actually talking about that movie, The Gate, which, we talked about on the Cinema Swamp, but I didn't think anybody really had even heard of that movie, but I was like, this is a pretty awesome 80s movie that I think I would have loved as a kid. Why am I only finding out about it now? But he actually talks about it in this documentary, and I think that's super cool. So, hoping to get a lot of that with these two. No big review of the movies coming out. I just I want to enjoy them, give them a watch, and if I have any other recommendations out there for you after watching them, or if I end up getting something for In Search of Tomorrow, maybe I'll do a video. But I'm excited to dig into hours and hours of content. Thanks for watching.